What's up, everybody? Cigar Shopper Laird Mayhew back with another cigar review. Today I've got the Viaje Super Shot 10 gauge. Stay tuned.
I can smoke stogies in my house. First of all, because her father introduced me to stogies, and second of all, because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
All right. Welcome back to another installment here at Cigar Sherpa. I, of course, am your host, Laird Mayhew, and if this is your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, follow us, hit that little bell thingy there for updates. And if this is not your first time back and you're a regular here, welcome back. All right, so as my intro said, I have the Viaje Super Shot 10 gauge, okay, Maduro. This is a Nicaraguan Puro. This thing was designed and blended by Andre Farkas, okay? Apparently he's a skeet shooter. He likes to shoot clays. If anybody's not familiar with skeet shooting, it's when you shoot clay targets with shotgun shells, and he's big into that. And in between competitions or in between runs, he wanted a cigar that wouldn't go out, have to come back and relight it. So he designed this 3.5 inch by 54 Rothschild here, and it is the size of a 3.5 inch shotgun shell. It even comes in a cardboard box that looks like you're buying Super Shot clay target ammunition. Pretty cool. All right. So it's got a Nicaraguan Criollo Maduro wrapper. It's got a Nicaraguan binder and Nicaraguan fillers. Because it's a Puro, like I said. Other than that, I guess it's a secret because I couldn't find anything else out. I asked the people over at my brick and mortars if they knew anything about it, and they said it was proprietary, so we're just going to leave it at that. Construction on this bad boy is pretty sweet. All right, it's got like a dark, like a mottled wrapper, look like an old bowling ball. What do they call that? Muddled, matted, whatever. It's got a nice triple cap on it, and it's got a closed foot. Okay, it's beautiful. It's oily. It's packed in there really good. It's dense. It's not light. It's not. I mean, it's just perfect construction. It's supposed to be a powerhouse cigar too, full flavored, full bodied. So we're gonna definitely looking forward to that. The smell on it is what I would expect. It's got like a barnyardy, cedary smell, and it's got the closed foot, so I cannot smell the filler. But I went ahead and I punched a hole in it before I started this because I was just curious about the draw there, and it does. It's got a cedary, earthy, leathery pre-draw, and there's a sweet smell there. So I'm going to go ahead and give this thing a light. Come back and tell you what I think about it. Stay tuned. Right away, you can like taste the strength on this thing, okay? Very bitter, like espresso coffee flavor coats your palate right away. And it's peppery. You can taste the black pepper. It's really in the retro hell. Big time. Whew. Yeah, caution, okay? It's got a long, peppery, strong finish. It's in the back of my throat. It's all over my palate. The retro hell is watering my eyes still, and I'm only 2 puffs into this thing. So full-bodied, full-strength cigar, and that's the point. Good draw, perfect draw. I mean, it's not airy. Perfect resistance, getting a lot of smoke. Okay. Now that closed foot is burning off, I'm not getting so much of that. I'm getting filler and binder mixed in there, and there's kind of a chocolatey note that's kind of creeping in there. Real creamy smoke, very, very strong coffee, very good cedar. It's got an earthy core, very, very Nicaraguan. Trying to see if there's anything else. With that chocolatey note that's kind of creeping in there, it's kind of sweetening up. So it's got a slight sweetness in there with the chocolate, with the earth, and with the cedar, and with the black pepper. Black pepper times 2. Okay, this thing is a powerhouse. Sit on back, smoke what you're smoking. I'm gonna come back in the it's probably gonna be a first third, final third, because it's only 3.5 inches. But I'm gonna play the game anyway. I'm gonna come back in the first third and tell you what I think about it from there. Stay tuned. All right. We are 10 minutes in. Okay, and we're about a ½ inch into it. This thing is burning very good. Okay, it's burning very slow, so 3.5 inch cigar, don't let it fool you. You're still going to probably have to dedicate about a good 30-45 minutes to this stick. I don't know, we'll see how that goes, but flavor wise, this thing definitely is a roundhouse kick to the face with flavor. Okay, with pepper, the cedar. The only thing I've noticed is that cedar kind of fades into more of a charred oak. Okay, and I'm not a big fan of oak flavors, but it's really working with this thing mixed with that earthy, sweet, earthy core that it's got. Okay, it's got that sweetness about it. It's not quite like a sugar. The smoke is just creamy. There's tons of it, okay, and the smoke has got like an oily finish, okay, and your palate just tingles and it waits for every draw. It's just there. You know you're smoking this thing, and for me, it gets me in the back of the throat, and it actually caused like a hiccup sensation. I don't know if some of you guys are partial to that. Some guys it doesn't happen, and some guys they can't even smoke a cigar without having a spit cup like they're dipping. I'm somewhere in the middle. If I get a really strong cigar and I'm really getting it and I swallow a little bit, it'll tend to throw me into like hiccups. So this one gave me a little bit of a hiccup. It's very strong. I feel it in my ears, okay, both ears. I just feel like there's just this pepper just sitting in my head. Very good. I know everything I'm saying right there probably sounds unpleasant, but for a cigar smoker that enjoys full-bodied cigars, that's power good. It does, look at all that smoke. It does tend, now, if you sit on it for too long and you in between draws, it will kind of go out and you'll have to rev it up like 3 or 4 times to get it. So that's probably a good thing, being this small of a cigar. You don't want to sit there and just pull on it and end up with a very hot ash. But so far, man, those flavors, it's got that earthy, it's still got that espresso, okay? The wood has gone from cedar to more of a charred oak. Probably go great with a glass of whiskey, go great with a Coca-Cola, which I'm about to get up and get when I get done with this first third. Oily, creamy smoke, and there's a sweetness there too. So I'll be back in the second third. Tell you what I think about it from there. Stay tuned. All right. Just like that, we're in the second third at about 17 minutes into this thing. We're about halfway through it. We are halfway through it. The burn's kind of uneven, but smoking really good. Flavors are still there. Only thing that's really changed is the chocolatey notes kind of picked up a bit. So still full-bodied, still full strength, and I can tell you one thing. I can tell you where this thing's going when it gets too hot to handle. It's going in my corncob meerschaum pipe. A lot of guys shun that. I don't know. A lot of guys looked at me like, oh, just put it out. I paid $8 for this sucker, okay, and it's going really good. When I can't hold it, I'm smoking it down with my pipe. So if you don't got you a pipe, you should try that, especially for your cigars that are really good. If it's about a 54 ring gauge, just perfectly. I can stick it down in there now if I wanted to and puff on it. As long as you keep this thing clean like you would if you were a pipe smoker, you really don't get it. The only thing you lose is the mouthfeel of the cigar. But when it gets down real small, I don't feel like I'm smoking a blunt. I ain't a teenager no more. But man, good charry, oaky, chocolatey, peppery, creamy smoke. Good cigar. Now, the only thing that I would say that I don't like about this cigar is the fact that it cost $8. That's it. I would definitely put this in my daily arsenal if I could catch it for about $4.50 to $5, being that it's 3.5 inches. Now, I couldn't find anything out about tobacco. I don't know how aged it is. It tastes like very well aged tobacco. But even at that, to shell out $8 for a 20-minute smoke, I can get the same experience, not this exact experience, but a very similar experience for $8 that'll last twice, if not 3 times longer, because I'm in the second third and I'm damn near done with it. So I'm going to go ahead and keep on smoking this thing. I'm going to come back when it's in the pipe in the final third and tell you if it's transitioned at all. Stay tuned. All right. Final third, just like that. 28 minutes in. Okay, exactly what it's designed for. Short smoke, powerful smoke, full-bodied smoke, full-strength smoke. Very, very good. The flavors kind of stay the same. That chocolatey note kind of picks up, mixes with that sweetness about halfway through, and just as soon as it's there, it starts to fade away. But the thing that remains throughout the cigar is that woody. Okay, it started off cedary, but then it worked its way more into like a charred oak nuance there, flavor. Not even a nuance, because you can taste it. Got a very thick, creamy, oily smoke that coats the palate. Peppery. Pepper in the retrohale is strong throughout. Okay. That's about all I can say about it. Short smoke, short review. I mean, what else can I say? Good cigar. I would like to have a box of them. Pretty expensive for the size at $8. I'd like to know a little bit more about the tobacco that's in there to be that pricey. It's such a short smoke. It's a limited run. You know, they don't keep them stocked, and they come out. You get them while the getting's good, and then they disappear until they come out again. But anybody that watches this that wants to know, hey, let me get my friend, my son, my nephew, my husband, you know, if anybody's watching this, want to buy me a box of cigars, this is definitely number one on the list, because I probably just ain't going to go splurge on a whole box of such a short smoke. But very good smoke. It does exactly what it's billed to do, and if you try it, I think that you'll be pleasantly pleased. And if you've already smoked it, then you probably agreeing with what I'm saying here. So anyway, with that, Cigar Sherpa Laird Mayhew reminding you to be polite to everybody that you meet, but always have a backup plan in case you got to shoot them in the face. And I'm out.